don't even talk to me. Okay, don't even look at me. Okay, you messed with Jerryactric after dark. Okay, now it's a whole new ball game. Okay, you don't mess with the bull unless you want to get the horns. Okay, so that's what it is. Hello everyone, Jerryactric here with Jerryactric Midnight Movie Review, and tonight it was War Dogs. You might have heard about this movie. It's the one with Jonah Hill and Miles Teller, about two guys very young guys, who actually were able to secure a $300 million Pentagon arms deal. This is a true story. It's based on a Rolling Stone article, which had the greatest title of an article that I've ever heard, Arms and the Dudes. And it is a true story. Of course, heavily fictionalized, but we'll talk about it. I like this movie. It was a very interesting look at a period of recent history. This all happened. Of course, it's a movie, heavily fictionalized, and, parts are glossed over. But it really shows you how... It almost makes you kind of wonder how they could get away with this. These were two guys who were able to traffic in illegal arms dealing because the government actually didn't do their homework. They show a montage where they're about to get audited for this huge contract in which everything is photoshopped, made up, and just completely, not even real, any of it. And you would think that after two audits and a face-to-face interview that the government would have caught on, but they didn't. The only good thing is that because of this very case, the government started to look at its bidder process. Miles Teller plays the main guy, David, who we sympathize with this guy. This is a guy who has a very young wife, a kid on the way, and is doing nothing with his life. And in walks Ephraim, played by Jonah Hill, his childhood best friend, who offers him a way to make a lot of money. I like this film because it kind of reminded me of some of Martin Scorsese's work with Goodfellas or Casino. It kind of just shows you the rise of these people and their eventual downfall. And, you kind of root for these guys because they are doing very bad things, okay? This is, fraud, endangering our troops, but they're likable, and you want to like them. One of the things that Todd Phillips, who directed this, you might remember him from director of the Hangover movies and Due Date, is that you see Todd Phillips kind of taking a step forward as a director. There are still jokes, but it's more of a nuanced story. And one of the things I liked about this movie was that nobody gets away without some criticism. We don't just love these guys and, oh, they got away with it, sort of, and, and everybody's happy. There is some real, questions about what did our government know, what did these guys know, and, the real impact this had. One of the things that, we always see in these movies, and it's kind of been a trend in the last few years, Wolf of Wall Street with Leonardo DiCaprio, is that we are seeing these anti-heroes. We are seeing the people who value money over friendship and connections. And eventually it drives them to ruin. And it's very, there would have come a time and place where it was very hard to root for these people. Now, some of the movies that, are considered some of the best movies, The Godfather. Michael Corleone is not a good guy. He is not a hero in any sense. He's an anti-hero. But we kind of root for him. But we traditionally want our heroes kind of, wearing the white hats, coming in, doing the right thing. And it's kind of interesting to see is, can you take these characters who are flawed and make the audience root for them? And you do root for them. You see, are they going to pull this deal off, and you like it. But at the end, what I liked about this movie, which I don't think The Wolf of Wall Street did very well, is that in the end you kind of start wondering why you rooted for them. Why did you like these characters? Another person I want to talk about, the actor, is Bradley Cooper. Okay, who's been in a lot of Todd Phillips films, of course, in The Hangover. Who plays kind of a legendary arms dealer who kind of facilitates them getting this huge contract. And I really like what I liked about him is this is not a nice guy. This is a guy who is, on a terrorist watch list, who can't do business with the government, but he's very sympathetic because unlike Ephraim or David in the film, Henry kind of owns up to what he is. He knows what he is. He is a guy who is making money off of a war, and he's perfectly okay with that. While Ephraim and David try to justify it by saying that, oh, we got to do this to support families, or because we want to do money, or Henry has no such delusions about what he's doing. He knows that he's in this to make money, and he doesn't care what you think of him. And I really like that character. I like characters who kind of own their terribleness, I guess, who kind of do bad things but own up to the fact that they do these bad things. So yeah, go check it out. As I said, if you don't know the story, it's a fantastic story. Violence, language, drug use. I don't think there was any nudity in it. But as I said, there are some very funny parts. There's some action, suspense, and a kind of a lesson about the people that we think are doing these rules or checking these people out. What happens when they're not? And what kind of danger does that put, some of the country in? So yeah, go check it out. War Dogs. And yeah, as I said, it was a good movie, and one of those, as I said before in one of my other reviews about historical movies, it makes me want to kind of learn more about, what happened with these guys. So this is Jerryactric for Jerryactric Midnight Movie Review, telling you, if you're not going to the movies, then what are you doing with your life? Okay, so you say that things have gone too far. Is that what you're saying? I agree. Okay, look. But we missed it, Gary. We did not do, because of all the things that you put in front of me on last Saturday, we did not do a Geriatric After Dark. So you know what? We're going to have to be better about this, and we got to do a working relationship. So I think we're going to do a video every day, at least for the foreseeable future, because we gotta get back into the rhythm here. Because if we don't do this, then this is going to happen, and it's starting to affect the channel. And I know Paintivity is not happy about it, so we gotta work together. What do you mean that you're going to need a raise? It's in the contract. You know what, Gary? Fine, because you know what? This channel is important, and we got to do that. Besides, how much could a raise really be? 80% raise? Are you out of your goddamn...